are set to benefit from the annual day free medical camp courtesy of the area lawmaker Peter Salasia in partnership with the devolved unit. Now, Salasia spoke during the launch of the exercise at the Shianda, Kenya Medical Training College, where he urged the locals to register for the Social Health Authority SHA medical insurance scheme, saying it will aid them in accessing treatment for chronic illness, even as he advised the county government to invest more in the health sector. The residents who were advised to check on their lifestyle and dietary habits by the county health officer, Stephen Wandei, lauded their initiative by the lawmaker, citing difficulties they often face when seeking medical services in various health facilities across Kakamega County.
Wengi wako katika uko ndani na wanataka kupata usaidizi wa madaktari, the specialists, but kwa sababu ya challenge ya maybe mambo ya pesa na mambo mengine hapa na pale, kubuka appointment na madaktari ikakuwa challenge. So I decided that during this festive season is also a season to remember those who are sick.
We have a general consultation where you can come with any ailments that you have. We have qualified doctors who are there to engage onto that. We have a laboratory outpost where we can do basic tests. We can test for malaria, we can check for blood sugars. We're also doing HIV tests here.
Tumepata madawa, tumepimwa macho, nimepatiwa glasses. Nilikuwa hata siwezi nikasoma.
A section of Bukhayo scholars in Busia County have called on the government to allocate more funds towards cultural research and promote diversity among communities, as well as preserve historical records. Speaking during their homecoming ceremony at the Madende village in Mugatsi, Nambale constituency, the scholars Dr. Krip Muhole and Professor Michael Okwara, who have been researching on Luya sub-tribes as well as tracing their roots in Eastern and Central Africa for the past 19 years, said the research has been self-funded, posing a significant financial challenge.
Kwa sababu sijawahi kuona serikali imetenga pesa ya kufanya utafiti. Wengi wanajisponsor. Tunatumia tu resources zetu kutembea kutafuta information. Ambapo kama serikali, especially hizi sub-counties, kama wange invest kwa mambo ya research. Especially this cultural research. Ingesaidia zaidi.
Ni vizuri serikali ielewe kwamba utafiti huleta habari ya kusuluhisha shida fulani au kuleta information fulani ambayo ina manufaa, na kwa hivyo inatakikana serikali iweke maanani na tena wachangie na kuhifadhi, wawe na fandi ya kusupport research.
And in other news, a faith-based organization working with street children in Kisii town has appealed to the Kisii County government and well-wishers to establish a rescue center to protect rehabilitated children from returning to the streets during school holidays. Speaking during a mentorship program at the Pentecostal Assemblies of God Church in Kisii County, officials from the Kingdom Child CBO said many children lack stable homes during school recess, exposing them to drug abuse and petty crimes. At least 500 members of the street families received free meals and life skills training during the event. Mentors and former street children called on the society to support vulnerable children, saying that with proper care, they can become productive citizens.
The county government, please help us with a place where we can always have these kids so that at least they can be reformed, at least somebody can always be with them, they be nurtured, you know.
The best investment we will ever put in our lives is the investment in other people. Because when we feed one of these kids, we speak hope in their lives. This is the best way to go, because whatever we have and whatever we are going to invest in might not go with us, but when we touch the lives of these young people, they may forget the cars we drove, they may forget the clothes we were putting on, but they will never forget that we stretched our hand to make them to be a blessing to their lives.
I was the street for 4 years. Then kanisa ikakuja, they had a fellowship like this one that is here today. Nikaingia shule, nikang'ang'ana, nikamaliza form 4, nikaingia college. Nikafanya computer packages hapa hivi Kusi Technical Institution. Nikaenda nikafanya driving, nikachukuliwa nikafanya geophysics engineering on a diploma level.
And finally, here's the latest in sports. Spectators will get a chance to watch the WRC Safari Rally Kenya shakedown during the 2026 edition of the event set for the 12th to the 15th of March in Naivasha. It will be the first time spectators get the chance since the return of the Safari Rally to the WRC calendar. And it's one of the key changes made to the 2026 event, which will be the third round of this season.
While rolling out the 2026 program, Safari Rally Kenya CEO Charles Gasheru outlined the reasons why next year's rally proper will not start in Nairobi, as has been the norm since its return in 2021.
The rally must start on Thursday and end on Sunday with a power stage. So we've been forced to run the rally exclusively in Naivasha. So Tuesday and Wednesday, the rally cars will be in the reconnaissance around Naivasha. They go through all the routes. It's a mandatory recce. They have to go and do all the routes. We then do administrative checks. We do our scrutineering to ensure everything is okay with all the cars. Then we do the shakedown on Thursday morning.
Cars will be subjected to administrative checks and scrutineering at the service park to ensure everything is okay with the machines, with huge crowds expected to take advantage of the shakedown.
The impact is huge. We cannot, wish it away. Not being in Nairobi is significant. Not flagging off either at City Hallway or KICC is significant. And it's not something we take lightly. But if we were to try and force it into the itinerary, we would then fall foul of the FIWRC sporting regulations for 2026.
The 2026 Safari Rally Kenya will, however, be impacted by moving the ceremonial start and opening special spectator stage from the Kenyan capital, with organizers having already met all the set deadlines.
We've done the rally guide, we've done the draft safety plan, which has to be uploaded on an app that we use called Eventos. So that's already been done. We have done all this new mapping and KMZ files and GPX files that the rally drivers need the teams need to actually start surveying the routes before they come to Nairobi. Camp Moran, for example, is running in reverse. That creates a totally new stage. And it's running in reverse, obviously, because of the liaison distances.
The 2026 Safari Rally Kenya will be the 6th edition since Kenya was admitted back to host Africa's round of the Global Championship in 2021.
The Kenya National Chess Championship 2025 is nearing its business end, with 22 elite players competing for the title at Westwood Hotel in Westlands. Gohill is one key player looking to win the title together with Irungu Brian and Kenneth Omolo. Robert and Shile Mataiga are the players that started the tournament lowly, losing their opening matches, but are still fighting for a place on the podium. On the ladies' side, Sasha Mongeli and Julie Mutisia got the campaigns off to winning starts at the expense of Karanja Esther and Glenda. The 5-day national championship will come to an end on the 31st of this month.
It's fun. Learning a lot from the games because there's no easy game, and I'm really enjoying the experience a lot because I'm getting to meet tougher players and have better experience from what I usually get from junior events.
This is it's a very competitive tournament. It's a closed tournament, only 11 players. So, like, the high price of the car has been able to attract, I think, arguably, it's a very strong, one of the strongest events in Kenya.
5 ladies and 5 men will be selected, will earn a position in the national team to represent Kenya in the upcoming Olympiads, which will be in Uzbekistan next year in September.
And now to the entertaining continental showpiece, that is the AFCON. Nigeria held off a late Tunisia fight back to reach the last 16 of the 2025 Africa Cup of Nations in Morocco following their 3-2 win in their second Group C game of the tournament. The Super Eagles were leading 3-0 with 17 minutes remaining through Victor Osimhen's Wilfred Ndidi and Ademola Lookman before Montasser Talbi and Ali Abdi pulled 2 goals back with 3 minutes remaining.
Do so again. In swinger and then to Ndidi, and he does exactly that because the Super Eagles are flying high. They are 2 goals to the good against the Carthage Eagles, who they are. And another little flick from Osimhen, and then Iwobi into Osimhen. He's in behind, squares it to Lookman. Can Lookman seal this for Nigeria? Oh, he can! That is a stunning move from the Super Eagles. Super teamwork between the Nigerian side. He'd be delighted to come on with a platform to build on. Mejbri with the delivery. Headed on and headed in. And they do pull one back. And Wabali is beaten. Usual thoughts in his head, does the Nigeria goalkeeper. Not sure he needed to see that out of the way. And Saeed, Tunisian fans, I think there might have been a handball in there, I think. Osimhen down on the floor. And there's be labouring the point, or trying to. And this may... Tunisia going to be given the opportunity from 12 yards to pull back the deficit. They are! With the opportunity to pull it back to just -1. And they do, thumb-toned by Abdi. Down this right-hand side for Tunisia, and that's a solid challenge coming in from Onyemachi. There is not much more time because...
It is a tournament that keeps on giving, and today's matches are Gabon versus Mozambique, Equatorial Guinea versus Sudan, Algeria versus Burkina Faso, Ivory Coast and Cameroon. Especially that particular match between Ivory Coast and Cameroon is one to watch. Yesterday also the English Premier League matches were played, with Manchester City winning 2-1 against Nottingham Forest. The mighty Gunners as well won against Brighton. Brentford won 4-1 against Bournemouth. Burnley, Everton drew. Liverpool won 2-1 against Wolves. West Ham were beaten by Fulham 1-0. And then Chelsea were beaten by Aston Villa 2-1 to cap it off. And of course this afternoon it will be Sunderland versus Leeds, and then finally Crystal Palace versus Spurs. That will be a London derby. That concludes our bulletin. Do join us in our subsequent bulletins at 7 p.m. and 9 p.m. My name is Abdiaziz Hashim. The sign language interpreter at the bottom end of the screen is Baron Apoli.
It's clear why he left me. It's probably because of you and your daughter Letty, Sarah. You are totally wrong, Magdalena.
I have to ask you something very important.
Yes, please tell me.
Can I still trust you? Someone called named Marquez? I can't remember his first name.
You mean he called here?
Yes, who is he?
Lea Premium Flour, nurturing the world. Available in a store near you.
We are going to recap the best